Hi, my name is Jon Sato, and I'm your Assistant Superintendent for Administration for the Free Methodist Church in Southern California. When I came on in 2013, the staff of the Free Methodist Church in Southern California was already working from their homes and working remote. Everyone was already hired to do a job of working at home. They knew their strengths and their weaknesses, they knew that they could manage themselves at home, and they knew that they could be distributed workforce members. Remote management is different than physical management because communication has to be much more clear. I don't think we were looking at the past of our team and the ways that they were already communicating. Everyone has a natural way that they communicate themselves, a natural workflow, a natural work path, and we were throwing different types of online tools, the new kind of Slacks or the new base camps or things like that at them, and that's not how they actually worked or how they actually communicated or managed. Some on our staff like to do to-dos by Post-its. Some of them write notes, some of them do Google Keep, some of them just use their email. But when we all try to do any type of project management software, it ended up being double the work since they would still do it on their Post-it notes, then transfer it to the project management software, then transfer it back to their Post-it notes when they got done. And by that time, number one, we weren't updated with what we needed to be updated. And number two, they were working twice as much as they should have been. I'm not sure if there is one singular tool that actually could have accomplished what we wanted to accomplish, but what we were asking for was what type of management we wanted to have. And I think especially in remote management, you have to have a much greater sense of trust in your staff that however you communicate, they're getting their own work product done because they're creating their own office at home. They're the experts that are working in that field. They're doing that work. You don't get to create necessarily the office culture, the water cooler culture. They create that culture themselves. So if they're not self-starters, if they're not determined to kind of finish projects, if they're not responsible members of a team, then we had to transition them or we have to go somewhere else. So in a typical form, you work 40 hours as a full-time or 20 hours as a part-time. You set people's hours rather than their jobs, their products. What are they supposed to be accomplishing? So if a staff member is supposed to accomplish a project, it's more project-based. If you can accomplish that project in 2.5 hours rather than 3.5 hours, then great, do that and be done. But don't try to take on another project after that and think that you could just keep on going. As your work life, your social life, your home life, all gets mixed into one, there's this idea that you're always available and that you can do everything. You don't give yourself any margin and you try to do more with less. I think right now we all have less time than we did before, trying to blend our home lives, our work lives, our mental health, our anxieties with everything that's going on with our families and friends getting sick and all of those types of things. So do you have a set place in your house that you're actually officing out of? Do you turn off your phone at night? Do you turn off your notifications at a certain time? Do you stop taking emails? Do you stop taking video conferencing calls? It's in us to disciple others, to train others, to include others in our congregations, in our staff, volunteers. People want to help. People want to get this done. People want to see the kingdom of God move forward, even in this time of social distancing. And we have those experts in our churches, yet a lot of times we feel like we need to be that expert and we're not able to speak into someone else and ask them, can you help? Can you help me do this? I don't know how to do these types of things. But God created your team and your team is there for a reason and you have all the skills in your team to get this done. But that doesn't mean that you have to be the one who's always getting it done. You have to rely on your team, you have to rely on volunteers, you have to rely on others, and you have to be able to empower, encourage, and allow them to be part of what you're doing, be part of your mission. Our jobs as managers is really just to keep everyone on mission and to keep encouraging everyone to go in the same path, go the same ways. We're here because we believe in the church and we believe in you. as pastors and as leaders. And we want to see you thrive and we want to see you succeed. Anything that we can do for you, please feel free to reach out. And you can learn from us of some of the things that have worked in our management, some of the things that haven't worked in our management, because we want to be here for you. We want to see you succeed.